Hello and welcome to So Says Kes. My name is Kerry Ann. Disclaimers, these are just my thoughts and opinions. I speak on behalf of nobody else, and also I am inclined to swear. Now I am going to definitely, I definitely swear on all of my videos because I've got a foul mouth. Please don't let that allow you to judge my intellect. But if you do, it says more about your intellect than mine, let's face it. I get passionate, and in this particular one I am going to get passionate because I'm going to call somebody stupid, right? Because barefaced stupidity is abounding here right now. Now I've been away for a little bit, just in case anybody wonders why I've not done a video for a few days. The other day it was my youngest child's 23rd birthday. I'm that old. And I've had videos that I've meant to do and got myself, like I do at this moment in time. My life circumstances are really bad. And I'm struggling with my mental health, so just bear that in mind. If I do go missing, it's probably that. But I also want it had said, if I do go missing and I don't come back, I am not suicidal. I do not have that in my psyche. I am not going to pull a Brenda Leyland. Literally, you need to go look for somebody if anything happens to me, right? Because I know that I am pushing boundaries at this moment. I'm so sorry. It's doing these videos in my bedroom. I just fidget like a twat. I do apologise, but I did say that I swear, right? Now I'm trying to do all the thing. Let's get to the thing. I know that at the minute a huge amount of my work is focused on the unstoppable march of Islam, right? Now, I don't blame Islam for this. I blame Freemasons for this. If you've been following me, you'll know why. If you've been here for the whole 18 years, you'll know exactly why. Thieving bastards stole the secrets of the universe, wrote rules for everybody to fucking live by so that they could live their life in anonymity with everything that they could possibly fathom be at their fingertips without them having to do a day's work for it, right? These people exist, right? What they do, their day's work is a couple of business meetings, do you know what I mean? Lunch at the Ritz, that kind of thing. Some of them, I should imagine, do spend their entire time flying around the earth like that bloke in, I want to say Armageddon, but I don't know. John Hurt, wasn't it? Anyway, so whatever film it was in, it was John Hurt flying around with no hair. I wonder if that flying around makes Kerry Ann get to the point. Anyways, right, at the minute, the biggest threat facing my country and a lot of countries on this planet is Islam, right? Now, there is no logic for Islam being this ingrained in an intelligent society. No logic, right? Because it's a throwback religion. It's a cult. There is the amount of people that I've watched speak that have no fucking argument as to why they follow Islam other than that's what Allah tells me to do. I watched a girl be interviewed yesterday by, admittedly, he's supremely annoying. He's an Indian fella and he's called something Stephen. And he is rude. Do you know what I mean? He is not a good conversationalist. He's got these two lads in what looks like Speaker's Corner. I've never been there. I don't watch videos on it, but I should imagine because there's somebody talking to a group of people in the background. And he's talking to these two young men about Islam, two men who are on their way to go and pray, and he's got his little book and he's going like, no, like, we need to talk about this. They're not the ones I'm on about. I'm so sorry. But he was with those people going like, oh, no, it's not that one. Got his phone out to look for the right passage. They're like, mate, we really need to go. We're being tolerant with you here. And he's like, no. And so he's a bit rude. But he was speaking to these two young ladies, and he's like, tell me how Islam celebrates women. How, you know, like, it is respectful to women. And this woman had zero argument, and then just started saying, you're being oppressive, you're being rude, you're talking down to me because I'm a woman. Like, literally, projection, just turned it round, because there's no argument, because Islam is not respectful to women, right? And that's why ultimately they're not going to take over, because of things like that, because they are coming in to an intelligent society to a certain degree. I mean, I know a lot of people have fucking fell for the COVID shit and whatever, and a lot of people are saying, oh yeah, digital ID is okay if you're not a crim and whatever, and like, literally a lot of people are just I'm all right, Jack, as long as I can pay my council tax, which in itself is thick as fuck, because you're not looking at what's happening around you, and you need to start doing that. Everybody needs to start doing that right now, because we are being marched really fucking fast into the future. And it ultimately, even so, we said this pre-fucking COVID, and it is fact, they may at the minute be bombarding us with Islamic babies, because part of the Islamic plan is fuck everything, fuck everybody, make the country that you're invading Islamic by birth, right? This is part of their agenda. I've watched multiple of them saying it themselves, because they don't, you know, like, people record them on the sly. A lot of them have no fucking shame. I'm sorry, also a tangent. But there's, at the minute, with all this business going on over at Aston Villa, now Tommy Robinson's going, a professional football hooligan. He's going to fight for Tel Aviv. So that'll be interesting. I'm going to be sat there at my computer watching a live stream on the 6th of November. I suggest you do too, because it should get lively. They want civil war. They want civil war. It is plainly obvious. You've got to start listening to conspiracy theorists, guys. You've got to, because we're far right. We're right so far. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, this Tel Aviv thing. There's these two guys who keep doing videos about it. I've started calling them Laura Lenardi myself, because one's short, one's tall and thin. And the tall, thin one with the beard, he's the guy who said in, I'm pretty sure, either that or I'm being racist because he looks similar to someone else. Pretty damn sure he's the one that said, when they're sat in a restaurant, we're not here to take part, we're here to take over. Right? The Muslims in Birmingham have said, this is our city, you ain't coming in. And Imam has sat there and said, like, we will show them no mercy. You know, the religion of peace. Biggest fucking lie going. And that's the thing. They have a word in their language, takia, to mean to lie in order to take over the country you're in. You can lie about anything. It don't matter. Allah allows you. Allah's a liar. Muhammad's a pedo. This is what these people worship. And they have no argument for it. Do you know what I mean? It'll be like, no, you're Islamophobic, you're this. No, it's common sense that we're speaking. Sorry, but you were taught that you have to emulate Muhammad because he's perfect, and that guy had sex with a 9-year-old girl, married her at 6 and had sex with her at 9. And he's perfect. That's perfect. I bet you gutted that Ian Watkins is dead and there's no more Lost Prophets fucking concerts. Oh no, we can't. We can't. No concerts. This is where we come to the one today. This is where I'd love to be able to be that splicey YouTuber. I have done it in my old ones. I did used to have the... I suppose if I looked, I could... But I'm not. I'm just going to tell you about it. This is an imam in the UK. The one that's saying that the Tel Aviv fans will be shown no mercy when they get to Birmingham. This is an imam in the UK. You know how we're giving them all of our property to build mosques on, even though they can't afford them, right? And they can't afford the upkeep and whatever. They're just taking every fucking, like every pub that goes down, which is a piss take in itself, because it's like, yeah, you want to have fun? Oh, not on our watch, mate. This is Islam. You ain't allowed fun. No. Fun? Fucking fun. You want crap fun? This is why they won't ultimately take over. You can't walk into a country where people have fun and people are intelligent and then have no argument as to why to join your fucking religion other than God told you to, otherwise you die. And also, you can't eat bacon, you can't sing, you can't fucking dance, you can't have a drink, you can't have a laugh. What kind of retard is gonna, and I'm sorry for using the word retard, I do not mean somebody who was born with Down syndrome. Never, when I've used the word retard, have I ever meant somebody who's born with Down syndrome. So please take that out of your head. What I mean is somebody who isn't all there. Somebody who hasn't grown mentally to be a fully functional, intelligent adult. That's what I mean by retard. Somebody who was held back, retarded, held back, right? That's what I mean. And that's how these people behave. And this is the one that made me put my fucking phone on, despite the fact that I'm depressed as fuck, and make a bloody video. Because this man is thick as shit. And that's me being rude. And I do apologise, because I don't like to be nasty, right? It sets off my day. You know, like, it's all personal reasons. You know, I don't need to explain it in order for somebody to understand what I'm going on about. I would like it if somebody understood what I'm going on about. But my conversation is me and the all. You know what I mean? And I will do my penance, and I will get, and this is something that nobody's fucking talking about, I will get my karma for making this video. Later on in the day, I'll trip over something, I'll burn myself with some boiling water. I will get my karmic kickback for making this video, and for out and out on a public forum calling somebody thick as shit, right? I will do that. I will get my karmic kickback. That's how the universe works. Right? It doesn't work with you kill this person or you die. You believe in me or you die. You stop believing in me because I make no sense. You must die. That ain't how the universe works. Sorry. Right? But I will get me karmic kickback. So while we're calling people thick, my local Labour ward councillor Karen Pickering, thick as fucking shit, for allowing this to go through and for silencing a community to allow this pub, our pub, to become a mosque with her licking the arse of the imam. Oh, the imam, oh, we've met the imam, oh, he's a lovely man. If they'd have met this fucking imam that I'm just about to tell you about, they would say, oh, he's a lovely man, because he would practice taqiyya and he would be charming like they're taught to do, be charming to infidels, to non-believers, but ultimately know in your heart that they're going to burn in the hellfire and you can be smug about it. And that's how they can smile in your fucking face. And they're wrong. Sorry, but they're wrong. Anyways, right, this guy is literally speaking like I do, full of passion, right? Doing it with his microphone, speaking to his congregation, right? I speak to the entire world, mate. I ain't frightened. You don't need any secret camera people to know what I think. I am the opposite of Islam that way, right? And he's going how basically everything that you do that's any fucking fun turns you gay. I ain't shitting you. He's only a young chap as well. He only looks in his, like, 30s. No more than 30s, right? And he's going out like, you know, like you, like if you listen to music, that will make you drink, because then you end up listening to music in a nightclub and getting drunk and drink turns to drugs and turns to fornication. You take a woman home, you've got some fanny, and then eventually you're having so much fanny, because everybody's like all about the beard, right? Everybody's having so much fucking sex that eventually you're like, wow, I think I'm going to turn gay because I'm getting a bit bored with all these women now. Like, literally, that is what a preacher that is in somebody's community right now 5 times a day is teaching your neighbours, your townsfolk, how to think. That man, just because he's an imam, is seen as morally and intellectually superior so God knows how thick the other fuckers are. And literally they're like, oh yeah, oh well, that's it, that's my reason. Well, I'm definitely not having a drink now. Then we've got that lady who had a drink but then told the police, no, I don't drink because I'm a Muslim, therefore proving taqiyya, the art of lying. It's like to get at that, but that proves that taqiyya isn't just lying in order to further the religion. They can lie about fucking anything because Jehovah. And apparently some fucking dude said on one video I was watching yesterday, that Jehovah and Allah, there's only one God. And they're not fighting about whose God's real. They're fighting about his name and what he wants for humanity. Apparently God's got 2 different names and wants 2 different things for humanity. But look at Christianity as well. Christianity demonises women. And this is what the ultimate, like the thing that pisses me off, is the safety of women and children. We are being given that mosque. We didn't want the mosque. They didn't ask the community, right? Please, somebody tell me if this is legal. Karen Pickering knew that was going to be told that was going to be turned into a mosque. She didn't inform her constituents in the Ayers Monsell ward. She knew, and she has a job as our go-between between us and the government, and she decided to keep that information for herself, speak to them separately from the community, and allow that to be planned right up to the planning meeting. Just before the planning meeting, the community, the people who are actually in with the community found out online, and people got together, and the community let us know. Karen Pickering fucking kept it secret. Karen Pickering, the one with a vested interest for some fucking reason of making sure that gets to be a mosque, because she shuts down everybody. Everybody who went in the planning meeting was not allowed to talk about grooming gangs. And I love it, right? Because I bet she watches my videos and I bet she's itching to get me arrested. But I've never said anything that's factually inaccurate about the opinions thing, right? My truth. Right, but I tell you what that woman's doing. I don't flounce it up. I have her on video, and this is the other thing why I think she's itching to get me arrested but can't, because I have her on video saying that there is no proof of grooming gangs. She is literally a mini Sadiq Khan. I have the fucking picture of the screenshot of when she put on fucking Facebook that, like, basically British people need to leave the UK if we don't like it, and that we've more to fear from middle-aged white men in our own homes than Muslim grooming gangs, than Islam itself. That the men who were brought here, who aren't taught that women are lesser beings, are more violent than men who have been brought up being told 5 times a day religiously that women are lesser beings. That's lies. That woman's a liar. That woman shouldn't be in that job. She is not our voice. It works the other way round. I said I've explained on another video, like literally somebody who is a government spokesperson for our area should listen to the people of the area, take the people of the area's concerns, go and speak and convey those issues. That's not how it works with Karen Pickering. She takes what the government says and she comes to our area and she says, you believe this, and if you don't, I'll block you. She's a millennial, I think, right? Because her handle on TikTok is councillor79. So if that makes her 8 years younger than me and a millennial, right? Which would explain, right? Because she blocks. Like literally, I am blocked from the community. I was one of the first ones blocked, to be fair. Because it's like, nope, can't be having that. Can't be having a voice of reason among the populace. Well, what did you think was going to do, Karen? What did you think I would? Like, she thought that she's so godly, I assume, that everybody, and most people have. I got told by another member of the community to, like, oh no, we did everything we could do, just let it go. That is repeating back what the councillors said to the community. We've got to stop this just repeating what other fuckers say and believing what other fuckers say without processing it in our own heads. It makes no sense that women and children are lesser, and it makes no fucking sense that a Labour fucking government official is putting a race, a religion that demeans women and children next to a primary school. Now, at the minute, we've got all this thing where Keir Starmer is being outed for fucking covering up. Sadiq Khan is being outed for covering up grooming gangs. He did the exact same thing that Karen Pickering's doing on the Esmonsel estate. No. Don't know what you're on about. No. Do you know what I mean? Like that's adult behaviour. You can't have a normal everyday discussion because you know you're fucking wrong. Now, we've got this mosque coming, even though it is proven now that there are Pakistani grooming gangs, Muslim Pakistani grooming gangs, and have been for decades in the UK. And Leicester has them. Just in case you didn't know, Leicester has them too, because we have like I am an ethnic minority in my hometown, right? At the least since 2021, was the last census, wasn't it? And since then, and literally they have just been shipped in. The colour of my estate has just changed seemingly overnight. This is by design, this is by agenda. Right, so this is why I don't blame Islam for Islam taking over. They've been told, take over, mate. By up there, by my actual enemy. They have been told to take over. My actual enemy ain't fucking Karen Pickering or the whole of the Labour government. It's Freemasonry, mate. It's the people who sold the secrets in the beginning. Every single one. Now, I need to learn about Judaism, because I don't know shit about Judaism, but I do know about Christianity, and I do know about Islam, and both of them are derogatory to women. But so is Freemasonry, because in Freemasonry, the women can't go to the same functions as the men. There's segregation in Freemasonry as well. You know what I mean? These people know the power of women. Right? They know the power of the female mind. They fear the matriarchy. They fucking fear the matriarchy. So they have kept womankind down for all sorts of reasons. Like in Islam, they think that women are half as intelligent as men. In Christianity, they think none of us would die had it not been for Eve. Jezebel is another, that's the name of one of my Bibles. I have several Bibles. I don't sit and read the Bible. I have a Quran as well. I've got myself a Quran. And like, What's the point of looking at any of them? They're all the same because they're all written by the same people. Because ultimately, if the populace is constantly at war, nobody sees them. Nobody cares who is actually running this world. But everybody owes them money. Every single. And apparently the Labour government has once again, you know, ramped up the borrowing. So all we're doing is paying off interest. To who? Who owns the planet? Nobody. Nobody's ever owned the planet. It's just that a group of thieves stole something that was left for everybody to share to make sure that the world ran peacefully and prosperously for everyone that kept them for themselves. They are the intellectual elite because they hold knowledge that they are not prepared to share. They are thieves, they are liars, and their judgment day is coming. And I really, I am watching 3i Atlas on the daily, mate. Everything that not everything that comes up. Like, I know I keep saying I watch this, I watch that. I don't just sit and watch it all day. Do you know what I mean? But if I see something, I'll be like, oh, that takes my fancy. I might learn something here. And more people should do that rather than just blindly believe in their ward councillors who are lying to them. Do you know what I mean? And again, I am not wrong. Do you know what I mean? It's not slander. You would have to prove that Karen Pickering hasn't lied to me, and I have her on video saying there's no proof of grooming gangs, which is a lie. Just to shut me up. So, do you know what I mean? We are lied to by people who literally, and get this, she don't even fucking live here. She's fucking running our ward. She's running Ayers Monsell. She don't even fucking live here. Don't matter to her that there's a fucking mosque on the fucking doorstep and no pub to go to. Does not fucking matter to her because she doesn't live here. Tell me the fucking logic of how that woman is best placed to put a mosque on my fucking doorstep. Why her voice and her intellect is listened to more than mine. Tell me the fucking logic behind that. Like I've said, I don't want any harm to come to any Muslims. I do not dislike fucking Muslims. I hate Islam. Hate is a strong word. I can't be asked to hate things. I despise, which is probably sounds worse than hate. But basically, years ago, part of the experiment that I'm on, I banned the word hate in my house when my kids were little. I banned it. Because my thing, so despise is just as bad to use words like that. I basically said, my theory is if you don't sit there and just say nasty words, you won't feel that. Did it for several years with the kids. Fucking worked. Literally. It works. Change your self-talk, mate. I know that, like, I'm going directly against that because I'm sitting there and I'm spouting my shit and I'm getting passionate about it and I'm calling people thick as fuck. But do you know what? They're thick as fuck. And we need to realise that we're listening to people who are stupid. When we're, you know, like, we'll sit there and go, bollocks. Do you know what I mean? It's like Sadiq Khan's still in a job. Keir Starmer's still in a job. Karen Pickering still in a fucking job. All three of them, barefaced fucking liars. What if you were in any other job and you performed that badly, like, let's take Karen Pickering. She's got Ayers Monsell that she's meant to work on behalf of. Do you know what I mean? I have a friend who's sent her an email asking her if she can get the white lines painted on her car park outside her house. She ain't even replied to her. That's easy shit. Don't know why. Well, I do know why. She don't like her. It's 'cause she don't like her. Do you... Honestly, you know, like, don't look at the people in power and think that they're adults, mate. and think that because they've got a job title that they have any level of intelligence, that they're not little bitches. Don't think that. Look at Sadiq Khan, mate. The bloke's a fucking joke. An absolute joke of a man. A little imp goblin who literally... Why does anybody listen to anything that comes out of his mouth? Because he doesn't know how to tell the fucking truth. And he's certainly not going to tell the people that there's a word for fucking lying in Islam, is there? Shabana Mahmood isn't going to say, by the way, I'm lying. We have this word in our religion called takir, and whatever I'm telling you now, you can't believe a word of it, mate, because believe what I said in the beginning when I said that my religion comes above everything, right? Literally, it is a boot on the neck fucking religion. It is a way of being. It is forcibly a way of behaving, and literally a smile in your face and stab you in the back just because you're different than me, which is racist. The Pakistani grooming rape gangs, that have been operating for years in up north and whatever, and in Leicester, like, they specifically targeted white girls, which is racist. Do you know what I mean? But if you even say that they that in their book, in their holy book, that's what they're meant to do, that their whole religion is about penetrating a society, shagging it up, making shit tons of babies and taking over from inside. Pointing out that fact makes me racist. These people hate me because I'm white. A lot of them. Not all of them. You know what I mean? There are a huge amount of good Muslims. This is why I don't mean any harm to them. Them bastards, I don't wish them any harm either. I just want them to take the fucking chain off the neck. They don't deserve your soul. And nobody knows that they're even fucking doing it, because everybody's looking at Islam or Christianity or Judaism. Everybody's looking at the wars on the fucking ground. And it's so busy at the minute that nobody's looking up there. But guess what, Mr. Mason? You're not looking up. Sit there, look at us, all fucking warring, going, ha, nobody's looking up at us. It's like some of us are looking past you, mate. And, oh, please, 3i Atlas, please be daddy coming home. Because they have their own retribution coming, and it's not from down there. But I suggest we get it on the move. But ultimately, they stole the secrets, and whoever gave them the secrets is coming back to kick their ass. And I really hope it's on 3i Atlas. I hadn't heard of this Oumuamua, or otherwise I'd have been saying Oumuamua like for the last 8 years, is it? But apparently this Oumuamua came by, and the people, it behaved a bit strangely. This was 2017, I think. It behaved a bit strangely, and there were those who think that it was picking up information as it travelled by, and 3i Atlas is behaving in a way that is not like a comet, and they are desperately trying to say it's a comet. And you know, the one way that you can trust that it's not a comet, Professor Permagrin is saying that it's a comet. Professor Permagrin, Brian Cox for those who don't know, but constantly grinning, just don't fucking, what the fuck is this all about, like, science. But yeah, he is the new Stephen Hawking. Even though I know Stephen Hawking, I reckon somebody was typing his words, but Stephen Hawking said, like, no, there's no such thing as aliens, because they'd have to travel too far. You're a physicist, you know there's a power of fucking thought. The power of thought, the speed of thought, you know what I mean? We don't know what technology anybody else has, but Stephen Hawking was responsible for a load of people believing that there couldn't possibly be aliens because they're too far a fucking way, which ain't science. And Professor Brian Cox is constantly like, oh yeah, I know exactly what happened at the beginning of time. Prove it. Were you there, Coxie? So don't like him. Not keen. But again, he's allowed his fucking life. He's allowed to be happy. He's allowed to be rich. He's allowed whatever he wants. I don't care. I don't want to take anything away from anybody. I just don't want a mosque where people are praying 5 times a day and being told to a God that tells them to lie, and told that they have to follow a man who is a paedophile, and put next to a primary school and over the road from a kids playing park. With all of the proof we're getting now about grooming gangs, with everything that's fucking coming out, why is that mosque still going ahead? That's all I want. Just don't want a fucking mosque. I'd quite like the pub back, to be fair. There you go. Leave you alone after that. I won't, because women and children are being harmed, and we need to know what this religion is about. And people aren't being told, because we're told even to look at them is Islamophobic. If we point out that the guy they say is perfect was a pedo, that's Islamophobic. It's a fact. Having sex with a 9-year-old child is paedophilia. Fact. If you don't like that I'm calling your fucking prophet a pedo, I can't do nothing about that. Because having sex with a 9-year-old child is paedophilia. Fact. And your prophet had sex with a 9-year-old child. So, I don't get, like, how kids start bleeding at 9. I was 14, I think. So I'd have been safe. Do you know what I mean? But they've not translated it to getting people pregnant now. It's just a free-for-all. It's just dicks everywhere. Do you know what I mean? We have had our penis, we've been circumcised. This was my friend in Rajasthan who told me this, that they get themselves, that they are circumcised so that the tip of their penis touches their undergarment, which I thought was quite cute, undergarment, and gets them erect so that they're constantly horny. They have a word for gang rape, taharush. But again, with Takia, they say, like, oh, that's, that's if they're stuck in a position where they have to defend themselves from an attack, that's when they use Takia. And that woman who told the police that she don't drink when she was pissed off her face behind the wheel of a fucking murder machine, told him that she didn't drink because of Allah. That's Takia in actual practice. So that's the difference of what they say Takia is and the actual practice. Taharush is harassment. They have a word for harassment. That's its most basic form. Sorry, but I think that's bad on its own. But it can go up to, and does go up to, men forming a circle, 3 men wide, linking their arms to keep people out while somebody gang rapes somebody in the middle. A small child could be. Do you know what I mean? So that nobody can get to that person being raped. They will protect each other while somebody's committing rape. If a woman claims rape and she doesn't have 4 adult men to back her up, they will stone her to death. She will be stoned to death. There's another one of the, again, English imams. People who like the imam that's going to be preaching round the corner to me, to my fucking neighbours. That kind of guy, right? There's no fucking background check on these people. So somebody like that, another English imam, teaching you how to correctly stone your wife, bury her up to the middle, stone her to death. This is what these people believe. I'm not making this up. It isn't lies. I am telling you this because we deserve to know. And people like Karen Pickering, like fucking Sadiq Khan and Keir Starmer will have you believe lies so that they can get away, because the order has come from up there. Because up there, they need us warring on our soil. I've said for years, I've called civil war for years. I said, you've got people from 9/11 who did 9/11, like this is like back in the day, you know what I mean? You've got people who bombed innocent civilians, said death to the West, all the West must die, the West is greedy, the West has taken everything for themselves, they all deserve to die, and then you've gone and bombed them, and the people who didn't die, you brought to live here in our country. What the fuck do you expect to happen from that? Anyways, I've gone 40 minutes again. If you've made it to the end, I hope you're a bevy. Several, let's get pissed, or get fruity, or get coffee, eat, whatever you want. Please listen to what these people are actually saying, but don't hate them. Do you know what I mean? It's really easy to hate people. Pity them, yeah. Not the sharpest buttons in the box. Do you know what I mean? But please, everybody, stop believing stuff just because you're told it by somebody in a position of authority. We need a movement, a grassroots movement from the bottom up. Once we fashion a world where it's common sense from the ground up and we work together as a team to make this world work for all of us, them bastards will just topple it off the top like the crusty old scab that they are, because they're not needed. We need fresh, healthy existence. But like I say, 3i Atlas, come on mate, please be daddy. Please be daddy, because then we're going to get a floor show, the lack of which this village has never seen, and Islam won't matter anymore, because everybody will see that, like, literally it's all of it lies to make us not live, so that when we die, it's like in Islam, the more Jews you kill while you're alive, the more virgins you get when you're dead. Fucking idiot shit. Thick as fuck. Do you know what I mean? But we've all been thick as fuck. It ain't our fault. Forgive us for we know not what we do. All of us are brainwashed with shit from birth to stop us living so that they can live. Everybody on the fucking planet is fucked over for a group of people that my street could take in a fist fight. They set up the military-industrial complex. They own the police. Them bastards, just for themselves, they're that fucking selfish. And that's what they breed us. They fashion us in their image. Everything's about money. What can I have for myself? That is not why you're here, my darling. That is not what you're here for, to just make numbers go round for some rich fuckers. You are worth so much more. You are made of magic. And I will fucking keep telling you and trying to make it make sense until I'm in my grave. And just to end it as I started, I am not suicidal, and nor will I ever be. I did get a little bit a few years back, just plops on the end because who's listening anyway. A few years back, like, I lost contact with my daughter. It's stupid, just a silly little argument. She's blocked me and whatever. She's millennial too. Blocked me. Won't discuss it. 2022, I was like the lowest I think I've ever been in my entire fucking life. And I did say to my son that, like, if it happened to you, you know, like, fucking, I'd just be off, mate. But the longer I go, I'm like, nah. There's, like, if I had a terminal illness, I'd just fucking turn the volume up while I got my time left. So no, I'm not suicidal. And literally, I'm helping these guys out as well, because I bet you any money that, like, most of the Freemasons don't know what the fuck's going on, and you're damned. They are damning people and they are, so many people just aren't allowed to live an honest, truthful life that's full of love, full of happiness, full of moments of bliss. Do you know what I mean? It is fucking possible, but not while you're listening to them bastards. And them bastards own Christianity, Judaism, and fucking Islam. They wrote all of the books, all of the fuckers. And at 4444, I'm going to go 4444. Thank you for being there. Please come back and never forget that I love you all. Bye.